talking off track a little bit. We're still waiting for some on-site stuff to come in.
We'll just get it next month.
Hopefully within a couple of weeks.
Yes, they told me. And I think part of it was the microphone. My microphone is off.
It's off now.
It is. I just turned it off.
Okay.
On the sidebar.
Yeah.
It's getting picked up.
Because it was
Yeah.
on. And
Yeah.
some of those are,
Yeah.
I call to order the regular meeting of the Joliet City Council, January 15, 2013. Mayor Tom Girani presiding. The invocation tonight will be given by Father Peter Jankowski of St. Patrick's Church at 710 West Marion, after which he will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
In memory of Eric Glover, whose family met with me yesterday and whose funeral is on Friday. Lord our God, we are blessed that you have given us life. You have created this universe. You have created us in your own image. You've given us each other. You've given us the beauty of nature. You have taught us in your holy writings to love thy neighbor, to do unto others, and never, ever to kill. May we learn how to respect life in all stages. May we learn that what you have given us is precious, what you have given us is sacred, and when we embrace life, when we love life, when we embrace life, when we live life, we live in your name. We live to the glory that you have given us. Continue to bless and be with those whose lives are in need of your love. We pray for those who do not understand. We pray for the members of our city council that they may do all in their power to respect life and to make sure that our lives are protected, loved, and served always as you would want them to be. We ask this always in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. No, no.
Nice person.
We'll start with roll call. Mayor Girani.
Here?
Councilwoman Barber.
Here.
Councilman Fisher.
Here.
Councilman Girl.
Here.
Councilman Hug.
Here.
Councilman Morris.
Here.
Councilman Odekirk.
Here.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Here.
Councilman Turk.
Here.
We had a request for the proclamation to be moved up. We have a proclamation tonight declaring January 21st, 2013 Martin Luther King Day of Service. R. Dale Evans is here to accept the proclamation.
Proclamation. Whereas the King Holiday and Service Act enacted in 1994 is the only federal holiday commemorated as a natural day of service and offers an opportunity for Americans to give back to their communities and make an outgoing commitment to service throughout the year. And whereas the 2013 Martin Luther King Day of Service Planning Committee of Joliet, Illinois, has worked to fulfill Dr. Martin Luther King's dream of serving humanity by feeding the hungry, visiting the incarcerated, and loving those in need. And whereas King Day of Service projects are being organized by a wide range of local nonprofits, including the Community Service Council of Will County, Incorporated, National Hookup of Black Women, the University of St. Francis, Joliet Job Corps, the United Way of Will County, Incorporated, and others. And whereas the King Day of Service Planning Committee of Joliet has encouraged the citizens of Joliet to take advantage of this day of service and participate in events throughout our great city and to create and implement community service projects. Now therefore, I, Thomas Girani, Mayor of the City of Joliet, on behalf of the Joliet City Council, do proclaim the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday as a day of service in Joliet and call upon the people of Joliet, Illinois, to pay tribute to the life and works of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through participation in community service projects on Martin Luther King Day and throughout the year. Dated January 15, 2013, Thomas Girani, Mayor of Joliet.
Thank you so much. Councilman, Mayor, on behalf of the Community Services Council and University of St. Francis, which is our partner with this year's event, and also the Joliet Slammers, who will be providing free game tickets to everyone who volunteers on that day. We'd like to thank you for this proclamation and the second year supporting the efforts of the Community Services Council on Martin Luther King Day. We've got just a few, an event like this doesn't take place without volunteers, and there are so many more people than just myself. Erica Williams with Catholic Charities right now is fielding all the calls for our volunteers. Mike Hennessy with United Way is getting the projects from the nonprofit organizations here in the area. Right now we're up to about 12 projects. We currently have just over 100 volunteers for that day. We'd like to also, again, extend an invitation to you all. I know that Jan Quillman has said that she would come out on that day to do something with Mayor Girani's supposed to be coming out. Mr. Fisher, Councilman Fisher also has a team, and I'm sure that there's others after today. You all will make it a day on and not a day off, and it's only a half day. But with that, I'd like to introduce a couple of our partners who've been key to us to have an opportunity for them to just introduce themselves briefly and who they're with. And again, it's only a snapshot of the groups and teams that we'll have going out that day to do service projects. We can start with.
Hello, Brenda Robinson with the University of St. Francis. I am advisor to our Ethnic Affairs Council on campus.
Patricia Mead, I'm the Vice President of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Kappa Mu Omega Chapter, Joliet, Illinois. And I would like to say that today we are 105 years old. Alpha Kappa Alpha is today. And I'm, like I said, the Vice President of T-Light Foundation also, which is our 501c3 not-for-profit organization. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Edna Brass, Director of Special Services for Joliet Township High School. Joliet Township High School District 204. I've been volunteering for MLK Day for 3 years now and looking forward to being at Easter Seals. And students with special needs, that's a passion of mine. And that's what my career has been in since 1975. So looking forward to that. And it's nice being here. Nice meeting you all. Thank you.
I'm Saul Brass. My wife pulled me along. and I just recently retired from Caterpillar, and so I intend to do some volunteering, and this is an excellent opportunity to get started doing something worthwhile. Thank you.
And again, we'd like to thank Councilman Morris also. Thank you so much for this today. And so, again, we'd like to extend an invitation to you all to join us at the University of St. Francis. We'll meet at 7:30. Here's the beautiful thing about this. On this day of volunteering, not only do you get breakfast, when you come back, you get lunch. So it's almost like you got paid to serve. But again, thank you all so much.
Trump.
We'll start with approval of minutes. Is there a motion that the minutes of the pre-council meeting held on December 17th and the regular meeting held on December 18th stand approved as recorded?
So move.
Second.
Krista.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Mayor Girani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, council committee reports. Finance committee report.
The Finance Committee met this evening right here in the council chambers. Councilman Hugg and myself, Councilman Grove was tied up at a public safety meeting. It was a very short agenda, mostly routine items with the exception of the approval of a line of credit for the Joliet Public Library. In the past, we have extended the banks have extended a line of credit to the Joliet Public Library in case they need it in order to make payroll and operating needs until the property taxes have been collected and dispersed. This year, because the library has not used it in several years, the rate was pretty high from the bank, so the city is offering a $500,000 line of credit from the city. And if it's like in the past, it won't be used, but it needs to be paid back. If it is, whatever is used needs to be paid back within a year. Everything else was all routine items, and recommend their approval.
Thanks, Councilman.
Land Use Committee report.
The Land Use Committee met on January 10th, 2013. The members of the committee are Councilwoman Barber, Councilman Morris, and myself. Also in attendance was Councilwoman Quillman. We had 3 items on our agenda. The first was a presentation by Volunteers of America, who submitted a proposal to the City of Joliet to construct and operate a multifamily housing complex for U.S. military veterans and their families on the former Silver Cross Hospital campus. This project would complement the new Veterans Outpatient Clinic opening in the spring of this year as part of the campus redevelopment plan. The proposed project, named Hope Manor Apartments of Joliet, would consist of 3 multi-story buildings surrounding a large recreation green space and community park at the southwest corner of Copperfield and North Hebbard Streets. The project would consist of a housing unit for up to 78 veterans and their families through a variety of rental apartments, including 1-bedroom units, 2- and 3-bedroom units. Volunteers of America is one of the country's oldest and largest human service organizations, serving more than 2 million people every year in 400 communities throughout the United States. VOA is the largest nonprofit provider and developer of high-quality, safe, affordable housing with more than 23,000 units across the country. VOA recently partnered, or not recently, but over the past decade, partnered with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs to address housing issues for our veterans, and this is how they came to the City of Joliet. The former hospital campus redevelopment taking shape, we had an update on what exactly is happening and the status of current projects that are going on. The Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA, is in the midst of renovating the former Silver Cross Hospital Emergency Department to open a new 60,000 square foot Veterans Outpatient Clinic, and that will open the spring of this year. Just east of the Veterans Outpatient Clinic, Aunt Martha's Youth Services is building a 20,000 square foot federally qualified healthcare center. The Joliet Community Healthcare Center will also open in 2013, which will offer primary care, dental services, and behavioral health services to the residents of the east side of Joliet. We had a second item on our agenda, and it was a presentation by Mac Willis, who's the executive director of Unity CDC, and Mac gave us a presentation on the accomplishments of Unity CDC for 2012 and some of the proposed programs and projects for this upcoming year. One of the projects that they'll be working on in conjunction with the City of Joliet is a home buyer seminar for residents of the city to learn more about the qualifications for our neighborhood stabilization program, the city's neighborhood stabilization program, which will consist of 3 new houses, construction of 3 new houses and 2 rehabbed houses for sale this year by the city. The residents would learn about home buying processes and understand what it takes to get a mortgage. These home buying seminars, which will be held together in conjunction with Unity CDC and the city, will be held Tuesday, February 5th at 6:30 p.m. at the Unity CDC offices at 1 Doris Avenue in Joliet, and also on Thursday, February 7th at 6:30 at the First Presbyterian Church of Joliet at 805 Western Avenue. And lastly, we had an update on our transportation center in downtown, the status of the different projects that are ongoing. And transportation center is now being called the Joliet Gateway Center, so we'll start referring to it as that. Chuck Smith gave a presentation, and some of the points of interest are the main surface commuter parking lot is nearly completed. Final pavement will be done this spring when construction season reopens. A new bus facility building and turnaround and new Rock Island passenger platform will start construction this spring and be completed by this winter. A temporary Heritage Corridor passenger platform will be constructed this fall. New permanent Heritage Corridor passenger platform will start construction in spring of 2014, along with the new train station building, and both will be completed in the spring of 2015. A connection between existing Union Station and the new train station, it's underground, it's actually grade level, but underneath the viaduct tracks that would connect existing Union Station with the new train station is also being planned. The new Jefferson Street parking deck, which was approved by the city this past year, will start construction this spring and has a 10-month schedule for completion. So in total for this year, for 2013, there'll be approximately $15 million in new construction for the Joliet Gateway Center, which will happen this year and be completed toward the end of this year. So again, there's some good things. We had a great presentation by Joliet Junior College yesterday on the groundbreaking for their new downtown city center campus, and now we have some great construction going on this year with the Transportation Center, the Gateway Center. And that concludes the Land Use Committee report.
Thank you. Krista.
Public Safety Committee report.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. The Public Safety Committee met this evening in the Council Executive Conference Room. In attendance on the committee was Councilman Morris, Councilman Odekirk, and myself. Also attending was Councilman Quillman and Mayor Girani as well. The committee actually discussed two items. The first item was the purchase of tactical vests for our SWAT team, and going to be purchasing 24 of them at a cost of about $1,800 per vest. The vests, as explained to us by Chief Trafton, are getting older, starting to wear, starting to tear. There's also new products that are on the marketplace right now at some favorable pricing, which we're going to take advantage of. The total cost is going to be $44,280, and these dollars will be taken out of our state asset forfeiture fund, so it will not affect the general fund. The dollars in the state asset forfeiture fund are very specific in what they can be utilized for, and this is one area where they can be spent on. We also talked about some new requirements for entry-level firefighters. Chief Wormhall basically gave us two options. The committee discussed both options and are going to go with option one. Chief Formhall is anticipating coming back in our first meeting in February with a kind of a revised application process, a revised plan. A couple things just to mention in this new, the revised requirements. First off, probably the largest change is it's going to be a requirement that all new firefighters be required to be licensed paramedics. That is going to save the city approximately $40,000 per firefighter. We think a lot of other municipalities are going in this direction. We also feel that it's good government, and the city is going to start moving in that direction as well. They're also going to be in this application process. There are going to be some preference points that are going to be allocated to certain individuals. Obviously, military points. There's going to be points allocated for that, and there's also going to be points allocated for those applicants that are residents of the city of Joliet. I think we want to start making these opportunities available primarily to the residents of Joliet. The list does expire on February 19th. I think it should be noted that the question was asked of Chief Formhall. Obviously, I think most people on this dais would agree that the fire department is adequately has adequate personnel at this point. However, we think it's good government to have a list on hand at all times, and since this list does require February 19th, we're going to be, obviously testing. But just to kind of make it clear, there is no intent at this point in time to hire new firefighters. We just want to make sure that we have a clean list going forward. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Kristen?
Mayor?
Yes.
I just wanted to, John, as a side note, as a follow-up to the last public safety meeting that we were, due to time constraints today, I couldn't ask you about it, but was brought up that I brought up at the last public safety meeting that I thought maybe that the city employees should be CPR certified, and you suggested that they take a survey of employees. And as of yesterday, when I talked to Peggy Thomas, I guess 84 employees from all the different departments are very much interested in that, taking the CPR class. And I talked to Chief Randich about it. So it's just a matter of Chief Formals and him working out the logistics, isn't that correct? So there is an interest in there, and I think once, 84 sign up and talk about it and what a great program it is, it's only a 4-hour class, and do it on duty. I think that's what the plan was. But, so for your next public safety meeting, if we could get that on there with their proposal, I think that'd be a great idea.
Sure, I don't have a problem with that. It sounds like there is some interest. I actually have not spoken to Chief Formall about it, but why don't we discuss it at the next Public Safety Committee meeting? We'll take it under advisement, and if the committee receives it well, then we'll move forward with it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Public Service Committee report.
The Public Service Committee, comprised of Councilwoman Barber, Councilman Fisher, and myself, met in the planning conference room at 7:15 this morning to review the contracts, change orders, pay estimates, final payments. Found them all to be in order, recommend their approval. We also reviewed the proposed special service areas 1 to 5 and the intergovernmental agreement for the EJ&E Railroad crossing at Woodruff Road. Yesterday, Mayor, you asked that we give special attention to Council Member Memo 1413, which is the Chicago Street sewer improvements, because it was 61% over the engineer's estimate. And it was explained to us that one of the contractors and our city plumbers televised the line, and there were 11 service lines that are connected to that one sewer line. Some may be servicing other businesses in the area, and some may be inactive. So we don't know at this point, which because of the uncertainty, that's what drove up the price. However, in the future, the staff will be having, in any higher than average risk projects, the staff will have pre-bid consultation with the contractors on any projects to make sure that they've looked at all these things first, as well as our staff, so that we can get it closer. But that's what happened to this one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next agenda items and reports. Treasurer's report for November 2012. It is recommended this report be received and placed on file. Council Memo 1-13, approval of a line of credit for the Joliet Public Library and execution of the corresponding agreement between the City of Joliet and the Joliet Public Library. It is recommended a line of credit be opened for the library and the city manager be authorized to execute a line of credit agreement. In Council Memo 2-13, position vacancies. It is recommended the city manager be authorized to fill 3 patrol officer positions. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Krista?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Fisher?
Aye.
Councilman Girl?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Just a brief comment about the library district. Much like the school districts, they depend solely on property tax. And I just wanted to point out, this is information I've come across, that while we're the 4th largest library district in the state of Illinois, our budget ranks 25th in the library. So I do want to thank the library board and the library administration and staff. Somehow they make it work on the budget they have, and that this line of credit is going to save the same people we represent and they service. It's going to save money should they have to tap into it on the interest. So I vote aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman?
Aye.
Councilman Turk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber?
Aye.
Mayor Durrani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Ordinances and resolutions. Under ordinances, Council Memo 3-13, ordinances proposing the establishment of 2013 Special Service Areas 1-5. This includes an ordinance proposing the establishment of the 2013 Special Service Area Number 1, Cottage Place, Jasper Street, an ordinance proposing the establishment of the 2013 Special Service Area Number 2, Hutchins An ordinance proposing the establishment of the 2013 Special Service Area Number 3, Prairie. An ordinance proposing the establishment of the 2013 Special Service Area Number 4, Miller. And an ordinance proposing the establishment of the 2013 Special Service Area Number 5, Youngs. It is recommended said ordinances be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Krista?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
I will vote on A, B, D, and E, but I'll have to abstain on C.
You'll
I'll vote aye, I'm sorry.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Mayor Durrani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 4-13, an ordinance declaring certain properties as public nuisances. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second. Krista?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Mayor Durrani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under Resolutions, Council Memo 6-13, a resolution accepting dedication of a public utility and drainage easement for interstate warehouse offsite water main. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second. Krista?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Mayor Durrani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 7-13, a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement with the State of Illinois, Illinois Commerce Commission for the Woodruff Road EJ&E Railroad Crossing Permanent Closure Incentive Payment. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second?
Questions?
It's been
Krista?
motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Mayor Durrani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 8-13, a resolution amending Resolution Number 6477, authorizing application for and execution of a public transportation capital assistance grant under the Illinois Department of Transportation's general authority to make such grants. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Krista?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Mayor Durrani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, approval of regular current bills. Council Memo 10-13, regular payroll for November 30th through December 13th, 2012, $3,162,614.30. Treasurer's disbursements for December 2012, $18,741,845.84. And regular claims for December 2012, $2,596,727.51. It is recommended said regular payroll, treasurer's disbursements, and regular claims be approved.
So moved.
Second?
Questions?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye, with the exception of those that pertain to my employer.
Mayor Durrani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, bids and contracts, award of contracts. Council Memo 12-13, approve a contract for the professional consultant services for the Hobart Road Water Main Improvements Project. Council Memo 13-13, purchase water meters and SmartPoint radios. Council Memo 14-13, award a contract for the Chicago Street Sewer Improvements Project. Council Memo 15-13, award a contract for NPDES compliance analytical testing services. Council Memo 16-13, award a contract for analytical services for the 2013 Unregulated Contaminant Monitoring Rule. Council Memo 17-13, purchase replacement digester gas isolation valves. Council Memo 18-13, purchase Level 3A tactical vests. Council Memo 19-13, pay IWIN user fees. Council Memo 20-13, purchase extrication tools for fire department vehicles. Council Memo 21-13, award a contract for the rehabilitation of 7 Union Street as part of the Neighborhood Stabilization Program. It is recommended Council Memos 12-13 through 21-13 be approved.
So moved.
Questions? Krista?
It's been motioned and seconded.
Mayor?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Just a comment. Jim Egan, we had the presentation this morning on the sewer project for Chicago Street from Cass to Webster. Could you contact all the businesses that are located along there and kind of give them a, rather than a letter, could you explain to them when the project's happening and what exactly is going to happen there?
Well, we've talked to everybody already.
Okay, great. Kind of keep them up to date with scheduling and stuff like that, so that'd be very helpful. Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Mayor Girani.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, amendments, change orders, and payments. Council Memo 23-13, approved change order number 1 and payment request number 3 and final for the Belmont Water Main Replacement Project 2012. Council Memo 24-13, approve amendment number 2 to the professional services agreement for the 2012 sewer inspection project. Council Memo 25-13, approve change order number 2 and payment request number 3 and final for the Fall Creek Stone Creek Public Improvements Project 2012. Council Memo 26-13, approve change order number 1 and payment request number 4 for the Schweitzer Road Roadway Improvements Project 2012. Council Memo 27-13, approve change order number 1 and payment request number 3 for the Millsdale Road Roadway Improvements Project 2012. Council Memo 28-13, approve amendment number 5 and payout number 27 for the East Side Treatment Plant Outfall Relocation Project Engineering Services Agreement. Council Memo 29-13, approve change order number 1 for the construction of 3 single-family homes as part of the Neighborhood Stabilization Program. It is recommended Council Memos 23-13 through 29-13 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Krista?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Fisher.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Otterkirk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber.
Aye.
Mayor Girani.
Aye.
Motion carried. The proclamation was previously presented at the meeting. Next is mayor and council comments.
Councilman Turk?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Councilwoman Coleman?
I'd just like to remind everyone, this week, Saturday from 3 o'clock on is the Softball in the Snow fundraiser for Wish Upon a Star. It's at St. Joe's Park. Admission is $15. And it's to raise money for Wish Upon a Star so they can grant wishes to children that are ill and have terminal illnesses. So I'd like to see you all out there. It's not going to have any snow, but it'll be a nice day. Good fundraiser, and hope to see you all there.
Councilman?
Thank you. Mayor, it was put in the Herald News. My father, Thomas Otterkirk, passed away about 11 days ago. He was 69 years old. We had the wake Friday and the funeral on Saturday, so I'd like to thank, on behalf of my family, myself, a number of people. First of all, everybody who expressed condolences to me, the people who came to the services, and those who sent me cards, emails, text messages, phone calls. Thank you. Specifically, I'd like to thank the members of Local 44 for the wonderful floral arrangement they sent to my family at the wake, as well as Local 44 Union President Tim Hunter, who also sent an arrangement. I'd like to thank Mrs. Thayer for the food that she cooked for the wake. All the people at T-Zach's Funeral Home who did a wonderful job. Father Mark and the people at St. Raymond's who also did a wonderful job in helping my mother and my family through the process. And especially the people at Joliet Hospice. And I have to admit, I'm a little embarrassed as a councilman to admit this. I really didn't realize what hospice does here in Joliet. I knew the building existed. I knew the program existed. I didn't realize what exactly we have at McDonough Street. It really is a wonderful, wonderful program. I was told it was the first in the nation. It was all donations that built that building. There's volunteers that work there, and as well as the full-time staff. I'd like to thank Dr. Arenik and all the people who helped care for my father in his last days. My dad stayed in room 7, which was donated by Chignoli Auto. So again, thank you to everybody who has donated their time or their money. But specifically on behalf of my family, my mother Mary, I'd like to thank the Chignoli family for their donation and for helping my father pass with grace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have nothing.
First, I'd just like to mention, for those watching, quick meeting. But I always want to remind them, and it might be redundant, maybe many of the folks that take the time to watch it on TV or online, realize this already because much of the discussion is done on Mondays. Just a reminder, folks, that on Mondays at the pre-council meeting, much of the discussion of what we vote on is discussed at length on Mondays, and then it's, a formal vote on Tuesday. I would also just like to make a comment. I'm happy to see both the police and fire department are doing even more than they've already done to help us with our budget by changing their requirements so that we can eliminate much of the standard training you would do with someone who has no certification or no background. But I would like to publicly say, one day when our budget gets and I have kind of a question, Tom Thanis, one day, whether it's 5 years from now, 3 years from now, whenever, when our budget is strong enough, I'd like to see us open up. I know we have a wonderful cadet program. Maybe, is it possible to tweak that down the road when we can afford it, to allow for cadets or for Joliet young folks who graduate to be hired? Can we do that?
I'm sure we could. Obviously, it involves some time and commitment from both departments, but it's certainly something that we can look at when we get through this.
It's a few years off, I promise you that. But I just wanted to question that. And then the last thing I wanted to say is Councilman Joe Shatina, who served the city well for 36 years, recently had surgery, and he's now going through some therapy. And I talked to Joe, as other members of the council have, and I just talked to him again this morning. So I just wanted to let him know that we're thinking of him and ask that everybody keep him in his thoughts and prayers as he heals, goes down the road of healing from this surgery. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Darrell.
I have no comments, Mayor.
You want,
Just another.
you want to comment on the cadet system for the fire that was brought up at the?
Oh, sure. Well, I guess just in response to Councilman Hugg's comments, we did, at the Public Safety Committee meeting, we did talk about implementing, or Chief Wormhall talked about implementing a cadet program for firefighters, and it would be called the Explorer Program. So we are, we are concerned about not only affording opportunities for our residents of Joliet, but also affording opportunities for our young people in Joliet. And anybody that, we know that the police department has the cadet program, which is, I believe, at least one or two of the most recent hires were actually cadets of the Joliet Police program. And I think Chief Wormhall is going to do the same type of program with our firefighters. And, because they are concerned and want to make sure that not only, as I said, our residents of Joliet get the opportunity for these jobs, but also anybody who does have an interest in the firefighter profession, we also attract these young people coming out of high school. So thank you, Mayor, for reminding me of that.
Sure. Councilman.
Just another event, a worthwhile event. Joliet Grade School District 86, their music program, is having their 11th annual music department pasta dinner. It's on Tuesday, January 22nd from 4 to 7:30 p.m. at St. Joe's Park Hall on Theodore Street. And, we've talked about this before, just music programs and band parents. Jim Haller, you know all about this. It takes a lot of work and a lot of fundraising to keep programs like this going, and Joliet Grade School District does a great job. So hopefully you can come out and have some pasta on January 22nd at St. Joe's Park Hall.
Councilwoman?
Nothing, Mayor.
Just one thing. Last Wednesday, I had the opportunity to go down to Springfield for the swearing-in of Senator McGuire, Senator Tarrant, Representative Larry Walsh Jr., and Representative Nettie Manley. It was a great day, and believe me, we'll be looking to them for help with some issues that are happening down in Springfield, and congratulations to all four of you. That's all I have. Any motion to reserve?
So moved to adjourn.
Wait, we got to have executive session?
We have a request for a closed session.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
So moved. So moved.
It's a motion seconded to go into closed session to discuss personnel, collective bargaining, land acquisition or conveyance pending or threatened litigation, after which meeting will be adjourned. Councilman Girl?
Aye.
Councilman Hugg?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Odekirk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman?
Aye.
Councilman Turk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Barber?
Aye.
Councilman Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor Girani?
Aye.